My future bleak with emotions I'm renouncing. They say I got what it takes. Learning from my mistakes. Through decisions I made. Swear I'm hungry for cake. My heart black and my mind gone and my soul cries, but I don't. I start spaz to get too blow to get so hot. Switch time.
Get ready. I'm ready.
What's happening? What it do? We back. We got the 2/3 of the original crew of my co-host in the building, Deron and Tony.
What up, dog?
Got a special guest, man. One of my mentors going all the way back to when I was just a little whippersnapper. You know, who was a father figure to me. One of the only father figures I had. My Uncle Ryan. Welcome to the pod.
Hey, y'all, what's going on? Welcome. Thank y'all for allowing me to be a part of this tonight.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you jumping
Y'all
on.
see, did he stop him, y'all? Did he stop him?
Yep, they stopped. That's it. Game time.
Wow.
All right, so we watching the end of this Buffalo Tennessee game. Tennessee just got a goal line stand with 22 seconds left, and it looked like Tennessee finna pull off the upset. So it's only fitting that we start where the week finished off Monday Night Football. Great game, y'all.
Yeah, pretty good game, man. Yeah.
I don't really know why he tried to do a quarterback sneak when he didn't get it the last time.
You got to be creative down there, man. You can't do that. You can't be doing that. But King Henry looked good, like you said. Brown looked good, but I think Tennessee needed it, man. The expectations for them was kind of high coming into the season. They really not showing themselves, but to come out here and beat Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? Just get some confidence back because they're the team that's supposed to win that division. You know, it can't be the Colts, and you know the lowly Texans and the lowly Jags not there. They should take the division this year, and I think this is a good step in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Because they beat a good team today. I had Buffalo as my number one team in the league, and I might need to drop them down a little bit.
Well, yeah, this might go into OT. No, it switched over.
No,
okay,
no.
never mind.
Tennessee over the last couple of years have come off as giant killers. Outside of Kansas City, it seemed like all the best teams, they'll be undefeated. They have one loss. They be playing extremely well, and they go against Tennessee, and Tennessee upset them. You know what I'm saying? So
especially at home.
Yeah, especially at home. So even though it's a upset for the way that Buffalo was playing compared to Tennessee, but I can't say that I'm all that surprised that Tennessee was able to pull this win off. You know what I'm saying? Like Deron said, King Henry, man, that big old dude there, man, is a load. He's tough to stop. They also got AJ Brown going tonight. And they just showed on the replay one of the biggest plays of this game was that holding on that kickoff return. Because if it's not a holding penalty, Tennessee is down. You know what I'm saying? And Buffalo has the lead right now. So that was a big call. That was a big penalty against Buffalo. But Tennessee, man, pulled it out, man. It looked like it was a total team effort. Tannehill played real good today. He was solid. But it was King Henry, man. He was the catalyst. He forced them linebackers to, commit to the run for most of the night, which opened up big holes in the secondary for AJ Brown and Julio Jones, you know what I'm saying, to get them catches in behind them. So,
well, I think realistically,
big
win. They're achieving this year so far. I don't think they really hit on all cylinders like they can and like they should, because they don't really know how to incorporate an AJ Brown and a Julio together quite yet. Because even though they both played tonight, AJ Brown had a better game than Julio. just like in Atlanta, they just don't know how to get the ball to Julio like they need to.
Right. And I
Yeah,
was saying earlier that it was gonna take a while for Tannehill to really trust Julio. You know what I'm saying? Julio is used to having Matt Ryan, who was gonna throw the ball up and give him chances, and he don't really have that connection with Tannehill just yet. So you're right. It's taking them a minute.
it's just like the same thing that's happening in Cleveland. It's they don't know what to do with OBJ, and it's just on a smaller scale. We said it last week. Sometimes when you get that guy that come in, you just don't know how you should work with him and what he should do. And it looks like they saying, you know what, he's just the third guy. He's just another guy, and I think that's the best way they need to approach it. That he's just another guy in there, and let's go back to our guys that made us to what we were, and that's Brown and that's King Herring. The thing about Buffalo that we all know, they are explosive. They do got a good defense. They couldn't run the ball. You know what I'm saying? They didn't run the ball well today. Josh Allen had 353. He had a pretty decent game, 3 touchdowns. I think 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? But what they have in rushing, you know what I'm saying? The highest man was 27 yards. They only ran it. They ain't even try to run the ball with Singletary. He only touched the ball 5 times. The person with the highest running was Josh Allen with 9 tries. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna have to figure that out. Because it can bite them in the long run.
I don't think they have really a true good running back on their squad. Not everybody's gonna have a Derrick Henry, but you don't have that dominating running back. He's more or less like a halfback. He's not gonna be good in between the tackles like that. Zach Moss is another one that's light in the pants. He's not gonna be able to move that line like that. So when you come up with a stout line like Tennessee has, they're gonna shut down the run and they're gonna force Buffalo to beat them by the pass.
Yeah, and that's most likely why they tried to do the quarterback sneak. You got a big quarterback, and you feeling like for half a yard that you can kind of get behind them big uglies and kind of push away for half a yard. But Tennessee wasn't having it. They came up with a big time goal line stand right there, and that ended any hopes, for Buffalo. Bro, you got anything to add on in this game?
Man, y'all done pretty much said it all. There's not really anything else for me to add. Y'all said it all. For King Henry is on a whole nother level of running backs right now. That dude is like just by himself, and there's everybody else.
Yeah, I look at Henry like LeBron in basketball. A big body like that coming at you at the speed that he's coming, don't nobody want to fool with that. So it's hard to tackle him. Even when you watch him in Atlanta, he falls forward. So whenever he falls forward, he's gonna get you another 3 yards. So it's always gonna be a plus with him.
Exactly.
All right, so we're gonna go on ahead and jump on to the next game. We're gonna do Cowboys, the Patriots. I'm gonna excuse myself and let these Cowboy fans speak amongst themselves. There's nothing that I can really add to this conversation. So I'm gonna let you brothers have it, and I'm gonna excuse myself.
You the host, man. You can't be leaving, and you the host, man. You the host.
I have to take my dog outside, okay?
Oh, that's it, messed up, bro. That should have been done before.
Plenty of other voices right now where y'all can discuss this game and talk about it, and I shall return.
No, I'm outside with mine right now.
Speak amongst yourselves.
I tell you, boy. I tell you, man. The haters is they can't take it, man. They love to give it, but when it's time for us to talk about the boys, they can't take it. What you want to say, Tony, man?
Bro, we just good win. You know what I'm saying? Dak throws for the most yards of any QB against a Bill Belichick team. You get what I'm saying? You can't tell me that dude is not in the race for MVP right now. That dude is lighting it up. You know what I'm saying? And he's not just controlling running the bus, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? He's not just being a game manager. He's taking over games with the way he's throwing the ball. Them 2 passes to CD Lamb, man, especially that last one at OT. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing off his foot, drifting to the right. I think that's where you got the little calf strain, but still, you got the TD and the win. You know what I'm saying? Dallas, man, we can hit you any way we want. You know, I just wish we could get off to better starts than we have the last 2 to 3 weeks or so. You know, where we making so many mistakes. We did that this game. 13 penalties for over 100 yards. Now, some of them was a little ticky-tack, you know. Refs been terrible all year. I'm not just going to say against us. They've just been terrible all year. I've said that several times on this podcast week after week. But, you know, we got to clean that up. What I do like is the fact that we maintain our poise. We rallied together. Defense got, 2 turnovers again this week. I know there was a forced fumble. You got the INT by Pro Bowl heading Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? He keeps playing like this and don't nothing serious happen to him to take him out the game. The dude should already be a shoo-in. I don't know who else they going to get at the NFC, but he should already be a shoo-in, in my opinion, for the Pro Bowl. You got 7 and 6 games, you know, 2 pick sixes on the season. Somebody was spitting some stats to me. I can't remember them all right now. I didn't have time to go write them down, but I know he's like up there as far as the best in pass deflections and QB ratings, like 29%. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, there was a debate about the little pass that was thrown on him, you know, and after listening to his little deal after the game, talking to reporters and reading about what KZ said, you know, KZ was worried about taking a hit and getting a fine and owing 20 grand and all that, you know, the way they protect these receivers and quarterbacks, you know, he was like, man, I wanted to light him up, but then the whole thing through my mind is, you know, defensive receiver. And then Diggs was like, well, I saw the safety coming over, so I kind of let up. But what I like about that kid is he took ownership. He took ownership. He didn't blame his safety. He said what he thought and what he did, but he said, you know what? That's on me. I shouldn't have done that. I should have followed through. I should have stayed with it. It won't happen again. That's why that dude going to be in the Pro Bowl. I mean, yeah, that's why he going to the Pro Bowl, man. That's why he going to the Pro Bowl. You know, Zeke, 100 and something yards total. You know, he did some out of the backfield catching, 50 yards, 69 yards on the ground. You know, we didn't run as much as we had been because, you know, we took what the defense gave us. You know, it seemed like they tried to take away Zeke, and Dak made him pay 445 yards in the air. You know, I mean, it was a somewhat sloppy game, but it was a very good win in OT.
Don't you want to say anything before?
Sure. Slightly different spin, maybe than what Tony has on it. I look at it as no game is going to be a perfect game, and I'm one that won't pin a game, so to speak, on the refs. There has been a few games, especially let's say New Orleans game, where refs cost the game. But when you have as many mistakes as we did, you can't necessarily say refs. And that's one part. Then the other part of it is these guys is situational each week by week. Yes, they're trained not to do something, but the ego within them said, I don't want to get beat. So you end up making a holding call. Bad decision, so it ends up costing. Overall, I'm proud to see the boys where they're at because they finally get the credit what they really need, and they're playing at the level where they really should be. They probably would have been here last year like that. Well, not necessarily, because the defense was a lot worse last year. I never liked Mike Nolan. Yeah. But offensively, they picked up right where they left off at last year. So that's real good to hear and see. I was listening to I think it was Bart Scott, Candy and somebody, I forgot who it was today. And it was talking about Dak. And they were saying that Dak is the level that he's playing at, even though he's only been playing like 6 years. No, this was Key in the morning. Even though it's been 6 years, he's playing beyond his years because the game has slowed down to the point to where he's seen just about everything, to where he can play and he can mentally see what needs to be done. So he's playing with that calmness, that confidence, saying, no matter what you throw at me, I have enough time to make a play. And I think that's what's huge with Cowboys right now. You have Dak that's playing at a real leadership level, and that really helps the boys. Um, Diggs, just based upon his first 7 games, these 6 games, 5 games, he definitely deserves to be there. Pro Bowl. I definitely agree with that. And just watching him play, he's only going to get better. And that's the same thing with the defense. They're only going to get better as they continue to work this out and continue to play.
Now, since you're new to this, what my brother would probably say, and Dre, if he was here, is, we've had a weak schedule. So, my brother said he predicted that us Cowboy fans would overhype, as well as the media would overhype the Cowboys and start talking about Super Bowl bound and all that. And I heard that on Stephen A. today, him and Michael Irvin, Michael Irvin, big old Cowboy fan, saying, yeah, he thinks they Super Bowl bound and all that kind of stuff. So what's your take on the weak schedule and everyone overhyping us because of where we at with the so-called weak schedule and being people wanting to crown us as Super Bowl bound?
I don't like hearing Super Bowl bound this early because too many things can happen, too many injuries.
I agree with that.
Because you see what Ravens are going through. You've seen what Tampa Bay is going through in the secondary. You've seen what Tennessee is going through just to tonight with a secondary. I don't like talking about Super Bowl this early in the season. Too much can happen between now and January.
I agree with that.
Well,
No, go ahead, Darren.
Well, if you was on here, I've been trying to tell these boys since week 1. I tried to tell them about Diggs. They ain't want to hear me. Week 3, I told them that we are a Super Bowl team. If you watch the games, I don't care who you play. If you watch the games and you watch football, you can see a good team off a good team. Just like in week 8 of last year, I was like, Kansas City's they cream of the crop. You can see that. They lost in the Super Bowl, but they still cream of the crop. And that's what I'm seeing in the Cowboys. The only thing I started worried about the Cowboys before this game started, and, I was like, man, are we peaking too early? You know what I'm saying? I felt like you ever had somebody where a team where they winning big, and then they get into the tough game late in the season and they lose because they don't know how to deal with pressure because everything's been easy for them. I did worry about us peaking too early, and I thought this was the perfect game for us to come in and have the situation that we had. My stock up, stock down, stock up.
So next game, y'all ready?
No, we not ready.
No. We ain't got to
Okay. I didn't even get in mine yet. You know what I'm saying? Stock up. Big. I would say Dak, but Dak is one of the highest paid players on there. Our expectation should be that Dak should be that. He getting paid that. This boy, I told y'all, I told y'all Pro Bowl early. I told you I might have been underselling this boy. I just might have been that he could be all pro if he keep it up. And then somebody said about, man, that wasn't nothing. It was a drop pass. And, you know how many drop passes are in the NFL? They're everywhere. But you have to be up on the ball as a DB to be there when the ball gets there, to pick that thing off and not just pick it off, but take it to the house. I'm worried about this about Diggs, his arrogance. When he got burned, I don't care. We all, everybody get burned except for Dion. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Everybody get burned. My thing with arrogance, when he was getting blocked and he hit the guy in the helmet and he picked up 15 yards, I looked at the play. It was a good, clean block. He just didn't like it. He just thought of himself like, why are you touching me? And I can hit you because I'm Diggs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching that, and I don't mind trash talking, but you can tell he barking at everybody. He barking at the quarterback. He barking at the offensive line. He barking at the sideline. And I know you can on the field. He's a different personality, but I'm watching that about Diggs. He's getting a little arrogant. Stock up again, Randy Gregory. Man, I mentioned Randy Gregory. I wish I would have talked about him more. I did mention him in the beginning of the season, but I ain't talk about him like I should because I was a little scared he wasn't gonna show up, and the boy is showing up like crazy. And the thing that's so scary, when D-Law get back and he finally got somebody on the opposite side of him that he don't have to carry, that he can be like, y'all shouldn't even have to double team me. I ain't did nothing. Y'all should let me loose and be one-on-one. That's gonna be nice to see, when D-Law get back and if Gregory can hold up. I'm already made up my mind. I wish we can take D-Law contract and move it over, but more than likely we're gonna lose Gregory in the way he playing. I just don't see how we're gonna re-sign this kid because everybody's gonna be at his door come on off season. Stock down, man, and I keep Mike McCarthy is the weak link to this team. I keep saying it. And, say, well, the management, it was bad, but, it's hard to make decisions. But his indecisiveness to not to be the leader and say, this is what we're doing. You can see him on the sideline guessing, like, what should we do? The timeout when he took 20 seconds, he couldn't make up his mind. Of should I take it? Should I take it? And then he looking around like trying to get what does everybody else think? Man, you can't be that. And somebody said it earlier. I watched that. What does he do? He don't do the defense. That's Quinn. He don't do the offense. That's Kellen Moore. He ain't like the other coaches that say I'm just gonna grab the special teams. That's Fossil. What does he do? You know what I'm saying? He's not the greatest motivator in the world. You know what I'm saying? We saw that in Hard Knocks. So it's like, what does this guy do to earn it? I understand he's supposed to keep the place leveled and all that, but he is without a doubt the weak link of my team. I'm scared it's gonna come back to bite us. And the one reason that you see that he's the weak link is that, and I know y'all say he can't stop people from getting penalties, but penalties, not if it's just one person, I can understand. But if the whole team, there's a certain lack of discipline or a certain lack of fear that, hey, I'm about to get chewed out if I come over here. We are the sixth most penalized team in the NFL. The sixth most. And that's because why? We have lack of leadership. Somebody is not scared to go to that sideline. They can't go to Quinn. Quinn is in the box. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is the only time that, we can go deep in the playoffs and a guy still get let go. Because I was so mad at Tony Romo kept saying, Kellen Moore going to get a job. He's going to be a head coach. I'm like, man, shut up and stop talking about my coach. You know what I'm saying? Leave him alone. Let that man do what he do. Stock down again, man. Connor Williams. One hole was a bad call. Okay, it was tic-tacky, but another stupid mental error. I'm hoping that when Collins is back, they take Steele and say, Steele, can you learn left guard? You know what I'm saying? Can you move down? Finally get McGovern to do something there. In that. And I'll go back to McCarty real quick. The first fourth down that we gave them 7 points. That was crazy. If you watch the Cowboys, everybody knows we start slow and we pick up. And everybody said we had confidence in the offense. Have confidence in them that they can score later. So I was real upset. Even that other fourth down we made it with Zeke, I still was like, man, this dude, he don't understand. If we playing Buffalo, if we playing Kansas City, and they can score at ease or do whatever they want to do, yes, make that move. I understand why you're doing it, but you doing it to everybody? You're doing it to a team that hasn't scored in the first quarter all year, and we give up. We the first team that they score in the first quarter with. Why? Coaching. That's just stupid. It's just stupid. I do see what Belichick does to people, because Kellen Moore wasn't creative at the goal line. He's been creative at the goal line all this time. He did the same thing these boys did. Two quarterback sneaks. Even though I feel like one got in, you can see the fear that people has with Belichick, because I'm like, Kellen Moore, what are you doing? You the man that got all these, something different to show them, So I do see the power of Belichick. And Ryan, I hear you. I don't blame the refs, but there was definitely some home cooking. And y'all know I don't even never ever talk about refs. I never. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's. But it was a little home cooking. I saw out there, but I told Ryan this before on Sunday. I said the key to the game is gonna be red zone. The red zone is gonna make Dak throw into tight windows. We had 2 red zone turnovers, and that was the key to why the game was so close. If we could have executed in the red zone, we would have blown them out. But I think it was a perfect win. Even if we would have lost that game, I would have been happy, because sometimes you need games like that. If you ever seen White Man Can't Jump, there's a part that she say to the white boy. She say, sometimes when you win, you lose, and sometimes when you lose, you win. And that was one of the games that I wouldn't have mind if we would have lost. It still would have been a win to me, because they would have tightened up. I told you, I felt like we might be peaking a little bit too early. So my last thing is I like to give y'all every single time. I have the Cowboys at number 4 as my power rankings, and I only will go down to the Cowboys and where they at. I had it before this game: Buffalo, Arizona, right there with Baltimore, and then my boys. I might move Buffalo down and might move them other 2 up. But that's what I saw. With my Super Bowl caliber Dallas Cowboys. Hold up, man. Hold up. Antoine, you ain't gonna laugh and run off the screen or nothing. I thought you ain't gonna give me that Stephen A. Smith fake laugh and all that. Come on, baby.
No, I really was dying laughing. But I can only hear a joke once and really, laugh at it. If I hear the joke the second and the third and the fourth time, it's really not funny to me no more. But
it ain't funny.
It was hilariously funny.
Yeah, because you don't have foresight. Like I said, you don't have foresight. But that's okay. I understand. Y'all don't see stuff. Y'all watch stuff. But yeah.
Bro, did you speak already?
Yeah, man,
I went first.
For an hour.
Okay. So we can go and go to the next game.
You don't got nothing to say? You don't got nothing to...
I'm gonna give you. Look, this is all I'm gonna say. I done spoke on the Cowboys every week, for the most part. I didn't say what I had.
We talk on every team every week. We talk on every team.
I'm talking about So you talk about foresight. I spoke and told you ahead of time how this was gonna play out. I reiterated again last week on what I told you before the season started. There's no need for me to rehash the same things over and over and over again.
I understand that.
I thought you said we was gonna have a nice one, but we wasn't interrupting anybody. Okay, so this is what I'm.
Before you move on,
oh my
God! Hear what you got to say about what you saw about my team this time. Are they any good right now? I know what you feel like in the future. What did you see this game? I just want to hear your, you got good insight, man.
You do have a new guest that's a Cowboy fan too, so he might want to hear a little bit of what you have to say. Maybe he wants to respond to that or not.
I'm all ears. I would love to hear what you have to say. Since I think we can all agree that the 49ers ain't on the same level as the boys this year.
Oh, shots.
So are you finished or are you done? Are you finished or are you done? Okay. So what I am gonna say about Dallas, and I'm sure that all Dallas Cowboy Nation fans are happy to see that at least Dallas is beating the teams that are lesser teams than they are. Because in the past, those are the teams that Dallas would lose to. Against the good teams, they would show up and they'll win some, and other ones, Tony Romo will choke it away at the end, but you'll be in it. So y'all have a great worth of experience in moral victories. You know what I'm saying? But this year, Dallas is seeming to beat the lesser teams. You know what I'm saying? And so that's something that is a difference that I've seen from Dallas this year. And so I want to give Dallas their kudos. It seems that you are handling business against lesser teams than yourselves. And so for that, I tip my cap to Dallas.
Now, all right, let me know what you got, Antoine.
What'd you say,
I said just let me know when you finish, cause I just want to chime in for a quick second.
I'm done. I got nothing else to add.
Yeah, nothing else. Okay. So real quick on this. Back when 49ers was up and coming. Me and you, we had a conversation. Hello, you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah, we here.
Okay. I lost y'all on my phone, so I'll just make sure. I said that in order for a team to really be good or to be considered, they have to learn how to win those ugly games. And that was the year that y'all went to the Super Bowl because y'all learned how to win those tight games. Dallas is finally at that point again where they're winning those tight games. And it ain't necessarily lesser teams because when you look at Chargers and what they've done and what they've been doing, and even if we take out the rest of them, we take in consideration that first game against Tampa Bay and how well they played Tampa Bay. They lost, but they only lost by a field goal. But it's how well they played against them. It is the mentality that's different with them this year. And I wouldn't even give it so much to McCarthy on that, but the boys have a different mentality. So it's not so much of a weaker schedule. They learning how to beat these teams. And the fact that they came out with the dub against Belichick last night, that's big to me because in my mind, before that game, I had a question mark of saying, okay, they're doing good against everybody, but what would they do against, let's say, a Rams who has a good secondary? Will they be able to compete against somebody like them? So after seeing them go up against Belichick last night, who is a defensive mastermind, I think they can go against anybody and make it a really good game.
Yeah, because we can give it to you any way you want. Any way you want it, we'll give it to you. You want to go on the edge and Dak throw 50 times, we can do it.
Well, what I'll say
you want to run the football,
what I'll say is this. What I'll say is this. Well, you can't give it to them defensively because your defense is trash. What I will say is this: you brought up the Chargers, and what I have said that you said you're all ears to hear. The Chargers beat themselves. They had multiple turnovers, over 100 yards and penalties. And they had 2 touchdowns called back. Dallas wins that game with a 56-yard field goal at the buzzer. They beat themselves. You talk about winning the game against New England yesterday, and like I said, you beat a lesser team. Kudos to you. That's great. Let me finish.
I want to let you finish. I want to ask a question for you to answer to.
Okay.
Did we not beat ourselves with
allow me to finish. Allow me to finish what's in my head, so I don't lose. Okay, so you won the game yesterday against New England. I have given credit to Dallas for being able to beat lesser teams. You beat a team with a rookie quarterback by 2 points. What was the final score? I don't remember. But it was a good close game. Dallas had turnovers. Dallas had a whole lot of penalties. You was able to pull off the game against a rookie quarterback. They lost their best corner where they traded him away, who could have possibly been put on CeeDee Lamb, to try and take him out the game. But Stephon Gilmore wasn't there anymore. And it basically came down to Dallas winning that game by a field goal. Good win, Dallas. Congratulations. But at the end of the day, there's nothing defensively that I've seen from Dallas that would worry a good team. To me. Now, of course, the offense is explosive. The offense was explosive last year. And I predicted that it would be explosive this year. Great. You have an explosive offense. The NFL history is littered with teams that had great offenses, trash defenses that got knocked out the playoffs early. Dallas is one of those teams in the history books of teams that have had great offenses, made the playoffs, and got bounced early. That's fine, man. Look, I want y'all to enjoy your wins. I really do. You know what I'm saying? It seems like all of my kinfolk, all my relatives are in such great moods nowadays. They're all smiles, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? It breeds happiness within the Benefield clan overall. So I'm happy for y'all, bro. Do y'all have anything else before we move on?
Okay.
This my only thing, real quick, right? And then maybe you can answer that. So he always want to bring up San Diego beat themselves, and we won on a 56-yard field goal. Well, the Dallas Cowboys beat themselves too. We had a touchdown that Dak clearly had because half his body was in the end zone. We didn't get. We had 13 penalties for over 100 and something yards. You know, he keep talking about a rookie quarterback. Well, Dak, his first year as a rookie who wasn't supposed to play, fourth round pick, went 13-3 and made it to the playoffs. His rookie year, won Rookie of the Year. So can we stop with the whole rookie quarterback? That has something, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. You can't tell me that a rookie quarterback can't beat a good team or a decent team or an average team or however you want to label the Cowboys. So can we please not act like it's not possible to lose to a rookie quarterback? Can we please not want to say, hold on, let me finish. I stopped when you asked. We can't keep here talking about San Diego. You can't keep throwing about. Come on, man. Let's go.
I didn't even say nothing. I'm listening.
You mumbling. It's all right. It's okay.
I'm mumbling to myself.
I'm done. Go on, Ryan. Because I said you're quiet. When he asked me to be quiet, I got quiet. Let's go, Ryan.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Nah. We can move on to the next game.
Yeah, let's move on to the next game.
We could be on this, all night.
I do want to address this about the rookie quarterback. I don't believe that the rookie quarterback that y'all beat has an Ezekiel Elliott behind him. You know what I'm saying? To carry the load, so that he don't really the game isn't on him. I do believe that Dak Prescott had a Hall of Fame tight end in Jason Witten, and he also had Dez Bryant. I don't believe that McCorkle Jones has anything close to that on his team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that it's apples to apples. Yes, you could have lost that game yesterday. You made mistakes and had a bunch of penalties and all of that in that game. But at the end of the day, that it was a lesser team. They came in under 500 with a rookie quarterback. Okay? He's not Deshaun Jackson coming out the draft.
All right.
Tampa Bay, Philadelphia. Oh, and you said your power rank. How do you have the team that beat you under you? And y'all got the same record. I'm talking to the run. You said you had Dallas fourth, but you ain't even have Tampa Bay in the top four. So how did y'all leapfrog Tampa, who beat you head to head?
Because I think we play right now, we will beat them. I know these numbers. Like I said, I know y'all look at stats and y'all are stuck by it, but I'm able to look at the game and tell you how things would be. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to school y'all on this. Just because somebody is, the numbers are skewed, man. And I did, like he said, I thought he was gonna say we beat ourselves against Tampa Bay. We beat ourselves. If you look at it, you know what I'm saying?
Did Tampa Bay have 4 turnovers? Did they have 100 yards in penalties? How did you beat yourself when they turned the ball over 4 times, had over 100 yards in penalty. Imagine y'all play them again and they don't have 4 turnovers and 100 yards in penalties. Like what? Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, man. Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, now.
When we played them, we'll beat them. That wasn't a good game. I don't got nothing to say about that.
Yeah, me neither. I really don't even know why I brought it up. Boo Boo Bowl alert. We're going to talk Miami, Jacksonville very briefly just because Jacksonville got the win. Did I pick Jacksonville last week?
I don't know. I don't got my. I didn't write it down, and I should have.
Y'all
said y'all was gonna write it down.
Write it down.
I only wrote mine down. I picked Jacksonville.
I could have sworn I picked Jacksonville. I'm just happy that they got off the schneid.
Me too. Me too.
Chargers, Baltimore.
All right. Lamar Jackson, I saw, it's tied with Dan Marino with the most wins by the age of 25. The way that this kid was dragged out, and not only during the draft, but what he did when he first stepped on the scene with Baltimore that half of the season. I'm happy for the dude, man. I think he's electric. He's getting his arm together, he's playing smart, and he's going to Andrews like I've been waiting him to go to him. And it's like the more he go back to what he's good at, throwing them inside passes and throwing the deep ball, he already got everybody scared of him, with his legs. I'm just happy for the dude with all the wins he's got. He's definitely going to beat that record because we got another whole season. All he needs is one more win. So yeah, I told you I got Baltimore. I couldn't decide out of Baltimore and Arizona who was above who, but Baltimore is growing on me. They're growing on me.
Yeah, it was nice to see that he showed that he can actually stand in the pocket and throw the ball downfield and get some yardage. You know what I'm saying? I think if I'm correct, I don't remember the stats, but I think he had like 300-something yards in the air or close to it. It's not something you see very often. Most times he's got under 200 yards passing with over 100-something yards rushing. You muted, bro. You muted.
No, he didn't have.
I said he only had 167 this game.
Yeah, he only had 167.
What was the game before that then? I'm thinking one of the games he threw for quite a bit of yards.
Before that, he had 4 something.
Yeah, okay. I got him a little mixed up. But either way, you know what I'm saying? He's showing that he can stand in the pocket a little bit, throw the ball. He's kind of going through his reads a little bit better these last couple of games. I would like to see him do that a little bit more, and not have necessarily the run be the first option. You know what I'm saying? He kind of remind me, in a sense, of Colin Kaepernick with the Niners. For the most part, when they went to the Super Bowl, most of Kaepernick's games was, from him running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Not throwing as much. But then when it got closer, he had some 300, 400-yard games, where he was able to show that he can stand in the pocket. He can air the ball out, So Jackson just a little more athletic, I think, a little more electrifying. Defense stepped up huge for Baltimore this game against Herbert and San Diego because they got a pretty electrifying offense themselves. Herbert is a very, very good quarterback, felt to be in his second year. That defense stepped up huge. If they can keep playing like that, bruh, don't nobody want to see them. And then after how Tennessee handled the Bills tonight, me thinking the Bills was the best in the league, I don't know. They kind of take a step down to me tonight. Not that Tennessee's bad, but their defense is not as good as it looked or hasn't been as good as it looked tonight, against a team, an offense like the Bills. And the way the Ravens seem to be putting it all together offensive and defensively, ain't nobody going to want to see them. Nobody want to see them.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I think where we need to do is really give Harbaugh the credit in this because it's the game planning that really sets up Jackson for the success. because, like you said, that first game, that other game, I forgot who was against the Indianapolis the week before, when he had to come back and he threw for 300 yards. It was an off game, but he understood this is what the defense was giving him. And so they set it up to where he was passing the ball. This time around, they understood, hey, it's your legs that's going to probably win this a little bit more. We need a little bit more rushing. We know you can pass it. Everybody knows you can pass it now. But the fact that they don't know which version they're going to get from you or that it's going to come this week makes it a different for the game planning. And so I think once Harbaugh sees what kind of defense and what kind of scheme that they playing against him, then that's what they kind of bring out, and then that's what he kind of tailor his game to. To me, he's a better quarterback than Kaepernick. Yeah, Kaepernick had to run a lot, but Jackson has turned out to be a better passer all the way around. I didn't think he was going to be this good of a passer, but he is. He's a real good passer, good touch, a little bit more work that needs to be done. But overall, the kid is good. I think he has a good head on his shoulders on how he approaches the game. He just wants to win. Defensively, they're stepping up. They're not quite as good as they used to be, but they're learning. The one thing that they've always been able to do, and I was listening to some guys talk about it today, was they have the same mentality that Pittsburgh and Tomlin has. Next man up. And the next man up takes on that responsibility, and they play to the same level as the man that they're replacing. And so when you have that, you don't drop off. And so, I know Antoine said just previously about a defense, either defense or offense. Kansas City never really had a defense. It's always been offensively. But with the way that they're working it this year for Baltimore, as long as that defense keeps it close, once again, it doesn't put Lamar in a position to where he has to go out there and score a whole lot of points because he doesn't necessarily have the weapons like a lot of these other teams do. So he is the weapon that has to control the game. And it's either going to be by his legs or finding Andrews. I'm not sold on Brown yet, but Andrews is his man. So I think it's going to be interesting how the season goes.
Yeah, well, so brother and Uncle Ryan both kind of stole my thunder. Speaking of teams that can give it to you any way you want it, Baltimore showed that yesterday because the defense won that game. Their offense wasn't nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
Defensively, they made Herbert look like a rookie. They was all over him. They was in his face. They was making plays in the secondary. They was, getting that ball back for their offense. Defensively, they was phenomenal yesterday. And where Uncle Ryan, I agree with him, is coaching. Because going into the season, how they lost their top 3-4 running backs. They lost their top corner for the season. I think one of their safeties they had a gang load of injuries, and it was looking like, man, Baltimore is gonna suffer. How they gonna be able to keep up in the NFL and in a division with all the injuries that they were suffering. And to me, Baltimore is the cream of the crop in the AFC. Kansas City, the games that they didn't win, the way that they didn't win them, they didn't want passing the ball, they didn't want running the ball, they didn't want defensive. They are a complete team. And I had to give credit to Lamar last week and shoot him, you know what I'm saying? Give him his flowers. I'm giving Baltimore their flowers, man. Baltimore is a complete team. They're a problem. To me, they are the cream of the crop in the AFC, possibly the entire NFL. You look at the teams that they didn't play and beat, you know what I'm saying, and the way that they didn't did it in several different ways. I got to tip my cap to Baltimore. Baltimore really showed up and showed out. I'm not going to down the Chargers too much. They did have to go from the West Coast to the East Coast, play that 10 o'clock morning game. They body time had to play that early morning game. Most West Coast teams struggle being able to win in those situations. So I'm not going to, knock them too much for it. But it seems like there is a distance between where they are and where Baltimore is. You know what I'm saying? That's where they're trying to get to. All right, we'll move on to Minnesota, Carolina. Got anything on that game?
I don't really care about that one.
I thought it was old cousin Kurt, you know what I'm saying, came up big in that game, man. He played well. Cousin Kurt played well, man. He been playing well all season. They lost a couple of games that they should have won early, like Arizona. They had Arizona beat, got the dude down there, and the kicker missed the field goal. Arizona ends up winning. Minnesota been playing well this year, even though their record don't show it. That was a good win for Carolina. I mean, a good win for Minnesota going against Carolina. Didn't they have like the number one defense y'all said or something like that?
Yeah, Carolina.
When they played us, they did. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good win for Minnesota. Sam Darnold, man, starting to show his color.
Yeah.
He's starting to show
That's
his
exactly
color.
what I was gonna say.
Hey,
That's
can we
what I was
leave
gonna
Sam
say.
Darnold out of this? That's my fantasy quarterback right now. I ain't got no choice.
Sorry for you. Sorry
I
for you, because
It's either between Arnold and Daniel Jones. So it ain't much of a choice.
yeah. Well, we wondered about Carolina after that 3-0 start. We kind of said they hadn't played nobody, and so since then, they played a little bit better competition, and we see that Donald again. He's starting to show his colors from when he was with the Jets. Carolina is not looking as good as they did. Defense is giving up, quite a bit points. Not able to really stop anybody right now. So.
Okay,
but respect
they cornerbacks.
Carolina. Oh, go ahead, Deron. No, I was just gonna say respect for Carolina.
I was gonna say Carolina don't got no cornerbacks. They gotta wait till Gilmore get in there.
Good job.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? I'm about to go. They don't got no cornerbacks, and they're a young team trying to figure it out. You can tell that they're gonna be able to pull out some, they're gonna lose some, but they're a young team. I was trying to push them up as being better than what they were, but you can tell, like I said about Matt Rule, I like him. I think he's a solid guy. I like the fight that they had because they were dead in the water, and they pushed back. That fourth down in the end zone was a big play. And I like that. I like that. But they're young. They're gonna go through they bumps. They're not a playoff team, but they're gonna be one of them teams that's trying gonna upset a couple of people, and they're gonna be a team that lose some games that they shouldn't lose. So, Carolina gonna be all right for the next couple of years. Just all right.
They ought to be able to bounce back real quick over these next 2 to 3 weeks. They got the Giants, the Falcons, and then the Patriots. Before they have to see the Cardinals. Then you got the football team, the Dolphins, Atlanta again after the bye week. So they got some teams that they could possibly beat and get themselves back.
Yeah, I'm not.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I look down. Yeah, still.
All right, what you got there, Ryan?
No, that's it.
Oh, I was talking about Ryan.
Oh no, you good. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Bro, you muted. Bro, you muted. You muted, bro.
My bad. So I was saying, a few of these games we're gonna bypass. They was blowouts. We all kind of, hey, mom. We all kind of knew how it was gonna pan out. Houston, Indy bounced back. Cincinnati beat Detroit. We kind of knew that was gonna happen. and the Rams beat the Giants. We knew that was going to happen. Kansas City beat Washington. We knew that was going to happen. We're going to get to another game against a team that the run has the Cowboys ahead of. Green Bay, Chicago. Green Bay ain't lost a game since week 1. They've looked good. Aaron Rodgers looked like, a Pro Bowl, all-pro quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that overrated quarterback.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Right.
They a lot of praise for
they went to Chicago and handled business. What y'all got on that game?
He did all right. You know what I'm saying? If you go look at his numbers, he wasn't killing it. They just don't have another option. I think somebody said Packers need to go after Odell because all they got is Devontae. And I don't know why they're not giving the ball to Aaron Jones more. I know they are using the other Dylan boy, but I don't understand. That coach, I'm starting to feel Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing? They need more weapons, but the sad thing about it, they're not using the weapons that they got. It's like if you watch them play, it's like they say, okay, one series is yours, Jones, one series is yours, Dylan. And I don't know what they're doing. Even if they put Jones in the slot, throw that boy somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He got speed, got hands. He's electric when he's got the ball in his hands. Do something with him. And I don't get it. But I told y'all, man, Rodgers is a monster. The boy is nice. He didn't even have a great game this particular game, but he makes plays when he needs it. He clutch. You know what I'm saying? He's clutch. I just don't think that they got enough pieces to compete with my boys yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they just got enough pieces. So that's why they're not ranked above them. But they nice. But when you lose, and I guess it was the first game, when you lose that bad against a bad team, you're going to get criticized.
Anybody else?
I don't have much to add.
Yeah, really ain't a whole lot because I think offensively they I don't know, they play like they're really limited on players. Yeah, you got Devontae, but they're not using the tight end enough to, relieve a little pressure. They got him doing more blocking than anything. And I guess that's just to protect Aaron a little bit. But it's just not enough pieces there. It's just not. And I agree. I don't see where Dylan is going to pay off for him in the long run like they can with Aaron Jones. You can do more with Aaron Jones than you can with Dylan. Dylan is just a big body that's going to move the line in between the tackles. He's going to get you a few. Aaron is a lot more productive with the ball than Dylan. He's getting you anywhere from 4 to 6 yards of rip most of the time when he's running. And if he's not, then you got him coming out the backfield, like Deron said, catching the ball. So, their play calling is really, really questionable on what they're doing. Yeah, they're winning games, but they're tight games. There's nothing like what they used to when they used to come out and they were blowing people out. And I think Aaron Rodgers is doing just enough. He plays good enough nowadays to where he knows, hey, I know how to win the game. Just keep it tight. I know how to win the game for y'all.
Real quick, I did want to ask, was Randall Cobb hurt or something this game? Because I know Aaron asked for him, but you don't hear a whole lot about him. So, you got to wonder what is going on with the receiver you darn near begged for.
I know he had a good game.
I think I only had one good game. Yeah, it's like last week before last.
Yeah, he hasn't been having no monster games, but he's used them, you know what I'm saying, from time to time. He's just not feeding them the ball like Devontae.
Devontae Adams.
Adams. Yeah.
But
to
the
running back situation, I don't really have a problem with it. Most teams now are going to the running back by committee. It's more to Aaron Jones ain't a big running back, so any extra hits that you could take off of his body will benefit them later on. You know what I'm saying, down the stretch and in the playoffs. The other dude is a bigger, bruise, I guess, type back. You know what I'm saying? So getting him in, taking some of the hits off of Aaron Jones, I don't really see an issue with it. Like, I mean, it's not costing them any games. They've been playing some pretty solid defense, some pretty good defenses, the last couple of weeks. That's why I think some of their games have been closer. But again, Green Bay hasn't lost since week 1. They had that one game week 1 where they looked horrible. And since then, all they've been doing is winning. You know what I'm saying? And I think that never mind.
But they ain't really played anybody that's really going to challenge them either, though, right now. I think that
Cincinnati
they might have played was San Francisco, maybe.
Yeah, but again, they found a way to come out with a win in that game. And as y'all said, being able to win close games and what I'm saying, and that type of thing, like that has to count for something.
But like you said, you beating the teams you're supposed to beat, then what does that mean? But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, they've been doing the same thing Dallas doing, beating lesser teams.
I know, but you give them respect. You give them respect. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not giving them no respect. I'm saying you had them ranked under y'all, and y'all, y'all in the same boat, exact same boat. Now I will say that they strength of schedule or the teams that they played is better than the teams that y'all played. But at the end of the day, y'all both doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just, let's talk about Faker. Let's talk about old Faker, man.
Man,
Faker Mayfield.
I know, man. I've been trying. And I watched this game, and my goodness, this boy, he has no sense of what's going on. He's the type of player that on 3rd and 14 will throw a 2-yard pass, and a player that's on 3rd and 2nd throw a 30-yard pass. Like, he just has no sense of what he's supposed to be doing at the moment. He reminds me, and I don't want to be. He reminds me of very young Tony Romo, where you scared he's gonna give up the ball. That one interception that was behind the dude that that the dude picked off, that was a bad throw. So I can't defend him no more. I know he's terrible when he get behind. He's not the kind of guy that you want to be doing anything when he get behind. But my goodness. And I know they was missing their running game, and if they miss their running game, then that's gonna mess up Mayfield. But you a number 1 draft pick, man. You the number 1 draft pick. And you playing like this. So I watched this whole game, and I said, he was right. This dude is a bum. Good gracious. This dude is terrible. I do he young. I'm gonna give him some more time before I really label him a bum, because that's y'all thing, labeling guys as bums. But this particular game, he was terrible. He was really bad. And it just, like I said, no sense of what the play needs. He's great in the pocket, man. I'm watching this kid in the pocket. His movement in the pocket is nice. He knows how to, but then once that ball go out of his hands, you just don't know what he's gonna do. You like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what he's about to do. And I remember vividly that I used to love Romo. But when he threw the ball, I was scared. Like, did he just give up one? You know what I'm saying? Is he trying something that he shouldn't be trying? And I think Romo was more accurate than Baker is, and that's even more scary for him.
I can't give him bum status this game. You played a very good Cardinals team who has an electric offense. You do not. You don't have Jarvis Landry. You and Odell is not on the same page. The best player on your team was missing in Chubbs. Your defense is falling back compared to where it started off at the beginning of the year. Y'all got injuries all over the place. Yeah, I mean, I get what my brother said. He's on the level of a Carson Wentz for me. You know what I'm saying? Bad decision making and things of that nature. We didn't talk about the coach. Now, we talked about it real quick. So I know Carson did well this last week. I'm gonna give, although he played the Texans. It's not saying a lot. But you know what I'm saying? He did well. You know, he didn't have the game as close as it could have been with some of the way he played in the past. Now back to what my brother called Faker. I don't disagree with y'all for the most part, but for this game, the dude was fighting with darn near both his hands tied behind his back, man. With the level of people he was missing, you know, the talent outside of his starters is just not there. He just really didn't have nothing to work with. Your offensive line is not that great, you know. So I can't put it on him this game. This game I can't 100% agree with y'all on that. Just too much missing.
All right, I've never been a Faker fan.
Yeah, man. You even got Uncle calling him Faker, man. Look at you, Antoine. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You
man.
just agreed with him though, Kinfolk. You the first one to agree with him. So
I'm just saying, I
man.
watched the game and he was terrible. That's what I'm saying. I do understand what you were saying, Tony. He did play a good team, but when I just was watching him, I was like, this dude is bad. But like I said, you know, this is his first time on the show. He already saying Faker, man. That ain't right. This is his first time.
But
you know what I'm saying?
he said he ain't never liked him. He said he ain't never liked him, Kinfolk. Go ahead.
I've never liked him. Some college players just do not transition to be good NFL players or great NFL players. He is a good to average NFL player. He has never been the kind of player that they made him out to be or what he looked to be at the college level at OU. The level of play, the players that you playing is completely different once you get to this level. He just does not have the skill set to be that franchise quarterback that they're billing him to be. When, like what Tony was just saying, is what we just said about Lamar. Lamar doesn't have a lot of pieces around him, but he knows how to win the game. Baker does not have that kind of mentality or physical ability to be able to do so. That sets him apart from being, let's say, even a Brady. Brady doesn't necessarily have, or even a Peyton Manning, they didn't have the physical ability to be able to be a mobile quarterback, but they had the common sense and the brain capacity to be able to know how to play the game. Baker does not have it at this level. He does not know how to manage the game. To me, I would make him a backup quarterback or send him down to, let's say, a team like Jacksonville or, you know, some other sorry team. Yeah. Some other sorry team that just, you know, they're not really concerned with winning, so to speak, but they just have to have people come in the seats. But they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl with Baker. It's not going to happen. He's just not that kind of quarterback.
Yeah, so Mr. Mayfield is faking like he's an NFL caliber starting quarterback, and that's why his name is Faker Mayfield.
And I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, he's faking it, and he ain't gonna make it. I agree with Uncle Ryan, man. He don't have the skill set. He just don't have it. He don't have the arm strength, and his decision making does not add up to him being a quality game manager. You know what I'm saying? Because even a game manager who may not have the best skill set usually are really good decision makers with the football, you know, exactly, to where they're not hurting the team. At the end of the day, they had 2 turnovers deep in their own territory, and it was because of Faker. You know what I'm saying? That put them down 20-0 basically within the first quarter. Yeah. So you have no chance to be able to beat Arizona or to play with them. You know what I'm saying? When you playing like that, how is it that San Francisco with a raw rookie quarterback, you know, can be in the game with Arizona Both of them got, the good defenses. At least solid above average defenses. They still had Kareem Hunt. You still had Peoples. You still had Odell. You still had Higgins. He has weapons. You still had Hooper and Joku. There's weapons all over that team in Cleveland.
Okay, that's a good point. Thank you. I stand corrected on that, Antoine.
There's weapons all over that team. There's no reason for them to look like that. And they end up, one of their touchdowns was a Hail Mary right before the half.
Yeah,
you can't depend on that. Like that is 99% luck. You know what I'm saying? So you basically got outplayed. What was it, 34-7 in a lucky Hail Mary touchdown? 37-7. Come on,
37-14.
Yeah, man.
You right.
I'm
you
sorry.
Right. They do have some.
I'm gonna let you go right after this.
Higgins is Bengals, right?
Huh?
I think Higgins on Bengals, right?
No, Higgins is in Cleveland. It's a Higgins. Maybe it's another Higgins in Cincinnati.
Two Higgins.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. But I know it's one in Cleveland. So this is the last thing.
Cincinnati.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I said this a few weeks ago. Cleveland needs to move heaven and earth for the most overrated quarterback I have ever seen with my own two eyes.
Oh my God.
Mr. Aaron Rodgers. They need to do whatever they can in the offseason, offer him $50 million a year, guaranteed, for the next 3 years to get him over there and get Faker up out of there, man. You got to get him up out of there, man. All he's doing is holding this team back, and he's wasting people's good years, in the NFL, fooling with him. So it's time for Faker to go.
Real quick, if any of y'all know who was in that draft with Baker, was that Lamar?
Lamar Jackson was in that. He was the 32nd pick. Josh Allen was in that draft.
Man.
I think he was like the 7th pick.
Wasn't Rosen in that one too?
Yeah, but she didn't want him.
Yeah, I think Rosen was in that draft.
Okay.
Because
but he busted out. Rosen didn't busted out. But you didn't have them other two quarterbacks that looks amazing. He was the number 1 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? They got to get him up out of there. All right, let's go on and move on to Seattle-Pittsburgh, which turned out to be a better game than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I don't got nothing to say.
But Gino in overtime. You know what I'm saying? He did a typical Gino thing at the end of that game in overtime.
They're talking about going for Cam Newton, right? I heard
they need to do something because Gino ain't gonna get her done, man. He's not gonna get it done. I'm sorry.
Gino did all right.
Yeah,
he just had a bad
until he remembered what his name was.
Why y'all doing that man like that, man?
I'm not even a Gino fan, but Watt just made a great play. That's what it comes down.
He did.
It's just
and Gino is running with the ball out in front of him, all loose, willy-nilly. Don't tuck the ball away. None of that. Like, what you doing? You in overtime. You cannot turn the ball over. You don't want to take no. Come on, man. And that's what he's done his entire career. If it's not a costly fumble, it's a costly pick, it's a costly sack. That's what he has done. He needs to open a pizzeria.
But in his defense, he hasn't played in like 3 years in a game. So, some things got to come back to memory. It's been a minute since he's been in overtime.
It's been a minute since he cost his team a win, too.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. And he reminded everybody in overtime why he has not played and been a starter for another team. Because that's the type of thing that he do. But I do have to give it to Seattle. Like I said, it was a better game than I thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, man, Big Ben, this is his swan song. I don't know what Pittsburgh gonna do.
Yeah.
And I don't think Aaron Rodgers gonna go there because they ain't got enough weapons for Aaron Rodgers.
No, they got the
So
weapons. They got the weapons. They just don't have the old line.
not for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers gonna want to go to a team like Brady did that is loaded with offensive talent and a solid defense. He ain't trying to go to a team with a great defense and some mediocre talent because he feel like he got that, and he leaving Devontae Adams. Ain't no Devontae Adams in Pittsburgh.
But think about it, Antoine. When Brady went, he got Gronk to come with him. He got Fournette to come there, and he got AB to come there. So those three pieces wasn't even there when he got there.
Yeah, but he still had Mike Evans, he had Godwin, and he had OJ Howard. He also had the running back, Ronald
Jones.
Yeah, Ronald Jones.
Okay.
So it was plenty weapons. He brought some more with him, yeah, but they had weapons already over there.
Nah, they didn't have a
He didn't trust him. He didn't trust him if he brought over a couple people.
Ronald Jones was just coming out. Didn't have a running game. OJ Howard hasn't played a full season since he got in the NFL.
That's why he brought Gronk.
Point is, you know, but the point you're making is he ain't have as much talent as you saying. That's why he brought over some pieces. He brought over what, 2-3 people?
Yeah,
he brought over by 3 people. So tell me who in Pittsburgh is equivalent to Mike Evans?
Equivalent?
That's as good as Mike Evans already in Pittsburgh.
Well, I can't say this because that kid Johnson, you know, they're about to do the juju what they did to AB, what they did to old boy before AB. They're about to kick Juju out because Johnson played very well last night. He played very well. Juju is on his way out. Too many injuries. And he ain't been that great when he in there.
Season. He's had a good season. He came on good towards the end of last year, and he picked up again this year.
Right.
Juju played last year. It's just that they just didn't have Big Ben really getting them the ball like they were supposed to.
Right. But my thing is you see it. And what was the kid before AB? They cut AB because AB came on.
Mike
Wallace. That's who it was. Mike Wallace was the top one, the speedy guy. AB come, have a good year, bye-bye Mike Wallace. Juju come around, had a good year, bye-bye AB. So I see a pattern look like to me that Johnson, if he continue to have a good year, Juju being hurt, bye-bye Juju.
Which should be
Juju trash though.
It'll be a good thing for Juju though.
He trash. Yeah. He ain't look good. He ain't look good since AB. When AB left his game, AB took Juju game with him. They both left at the same time.
Yeah, Juju is not a number one.
Right. I'm just saying.
He ain't a number 2.
Yes.
He a big number 3.
No, he's a good number 2. The thing is, they trying to make Juju stretch the field. Juju is not a stretch the field receiver. He is a possession receiver. And that's what made AB strong. AB stretched the field, which gave Juju room underneath to do what Juju needed to do. So since they don't have anybody to stretch the field like they used to, it puts too much pressure on Juju to kind of stretch the field, and he don't have that kind of speed to do that.
No, but they got Washington. What's that boy name?
He ain't even played.
Claypool got Washington, Claypool.
But he ain't even played.
Yeah, Claypool better than Juju.
Yeah. No,
Washington is the speedster. Washington was the speedster. He was the one that stretched the field after AB left.
But he don't have no hands. He got the speed.
He don't have no hands. He don't have no hands.
Look,
all right, man, let's go.
That ball.
So y'all making my point that Aaron Rodgers would not go to Pittsburgh. Something wrong with all the receivers but Claypool. All right, let's go and get this last game out the way. Las Vegas and Denver. I said last week I thought Las Vegas was gonna bounce back and rally the troops, circle the wagons around losing their head coach. And that's what they pretty much did, man. And they made Teddy Bridgewater play his worst game. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the worst games I done seen from Teddy Bridgewater. Me personally. Las Vegas had a good bounce back win, a win that they needed, that they had to have. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Yeah.
If it can catapult them and they can continue to rally, but it was a big win for them. I felt like they needed it. Get the conversation off the coach a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I was real happy to see Las Vegas come back with that win.
Well, Denver is the same as Carolina. They started off hot, 3-0, teams that suck. New York, Jaguars, Jets. You know what I'm saying? We all said that, we got to see something to see if they're real. And they not, because they lost to the Baltimore after that. They lost to Pittsburgh after that. And now they lost to the Raiders. Raiders are definitely a better team than the Broncos. But I agree with you that after that hard loss, dealing with the Gruden stuff last week, that they would bounce back this week and rally at least against Denver, because Denver ain't really shown to be nobody. But I can see them winning at least the next two. They got Cleveland coming up, and if Faker keep playing like he playing, that defense don't do anything. That should be a win. Well, no, I'm talking that's Denver playing them. Denver got to play the Browns, not the Raiders. So it looked like they got some more losses actually coming.
But this win was an expected win. It's an emotional win. Everyone should have expected them to win this game. Now, it's like Antoine said, it's the next 2 or 3 games that's going to make the difference. That's going to determine who they are. When you play on emotions, you're going to play a little bit higher, at a higher level than what you normally would. Now, once the dust settles, let's see what you guys really going to do. Is Carr going to still take the cap off and let Ruggs run the field and use his speed like they need to? Let's see. Defensively, I still don't believe in them defensively. I like Perryman. That's really the only one I really like defensively. Max Crosby is good. But like I said, I think the next 2 or 3 games is what's going to determine who the Raiders will be.
Ron, you got anything on this game, or we can go ahead and?
No, we can go and move on
that. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and jump to next week's games, make our picks. Before we do, my Giants is out. Got eliminated by the Dodgers.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't watch baseball. But you don't got no job. Stop.
The Dodgers Braves series look like it's gonna be a good one, like it was last year. Astros then got curb stomped the last 2 games. that bullpen for the Astros gonna be a problem, man.
Man, 12-3 tonight. Did you see that?
Yes. I was bouncing back between that and Monday Night Football. They got another grand slam. They didn't hit 3 grand slams.
Yeah, I let it go.
First time in history, 3 grand slams in one series. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. There's way too many men on the base.
Wasn't it back-to-back the first and the second inning last game?
The last one, I thought it was the second inning and then the 4th inning. That's what I thought. I don't really too much remember that. I know they had a grand slam in the second inning tonight.
But hey, y'all, anytime you have more than 1 grand slam, that's too many.
Yeah, that's too many.
For real.
That's too many. All right. Denver versus Cleveland. Thursday night football.
Cleveland sound like they're getting Chubb back. Yeah, sound like they're getting Chubb back. But Faker had a shoulder injury, so I think him and Odell. So I guess it kind of depends on whether he playing. I don't know who their backup is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I was gonna say backup. I might pick Cleveland that they put the backup in. I might pick Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a tough one because Denver done lost 3 straight. So they're gonna be looking to try to win. And again, it just I don't know, man. Chubb's supposed to come back, so I don't know. I may go with the Browns if he come back.
I'm with Denver on this one. Because even if Chubbs come back, they're one dimensional. Because all you got to do is if I'm a linebacker, if I'm a linebacker or a lineman, I'm going after Mayfield, and he's going to have to land on that shoulder, and they're going to have to pop it back in. So that's I take him out if I'm playing defense. So I'm going with Denver.
Okay, he just persuaded me. I'm going with Denver.
I'm taking Cleveland. They putting Case Keenum in. I'm taking Cleveland. I ride with Case Keenum in the Brownies, man.
Man, stop, man. Baker gonna show y'all boys.
Yeah, from the bench, waving that one good arm he got, celebrating. The next game we got is Cincinnati, Baltimore. That's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a real good one.
Who's at home?
Baltimore's at home.
I'm going with Baltimore there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens since they're at home.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore too.
I think that's the first time I went against the Bengals this year.
Yeah, we all Baltimore on that one.
All right, next one is Washington, Green Bay.
Green Bay.
We all Green Bay on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Bay.
All right, next is Atlanta, Miami. The Boo Boo Bowl.
For real. I'm so surprised that Miami is this bad, man.
I am too, a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't expecting. Miami's at home. I'm gonna take Miami. I think. Dang, I don't know.
I'm going with Atlanta on this one. They're coming off a bye week too. Ridley coming back. I'm going with Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, George.
Yeah, I think I am too.
Because Miami just ain't showing.
Did I cancel Atlanta this year?
You canceled them at one point, I think. No, you canceled the Giants. I don't think you canceled Atlanta yet.
No, he did. I thought he did too. I thought because he was like, last year I tried to go with y'all, and you know what? I'm done. I think I can't. I went with you. I can't remember. I'm going Miami. I'm in my.
I'm gonna go to Atlanta. I'm gonna go Falcons.
Yeah, I got you. I might switch that though. I just might switch that. Because Tua played all right, didn't he? I thought he was efficient.
Yeah.
He threw for like 29 and a touchdown and an interception.
I'm worried about Miami's lack of running game.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go
take a hit.
I'm gonna rock with Miami, man. I think they do. All right. Next one is New England at the Jets. No, the Jets at New England.
I'm gonna go with New England.
Yep, yeah. New England.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Patriots too.
Yeah, we all going Patriots.
All right, Boo Boo Bowl number 2, Carolina at the Giants.
Carolina gonna win that. I ain't gonna say that.
If Daniel Jones play and he get another weapon or two back.
I'm actually going. Yeah, I'm with Antoine on that. I'm actually going to go with Giants on that because Shepard's back.
Is Saquon coming back? What happened? What happened with Saquon? Is he coming back?
He out. He a bust anyway. They better without.
Yeah, but Carolina can't stop the run. I think he'd be all right if he coming back. But I'm gonna go with Giants because they're at home.
Nah, I'm going Carolina because what's his name? Joe Johnson. What is their coach name? He just as clueless as Mike McCarthy. I watch him. What's his name?
Joe Judge.
Yeah, Joe Judge. Yeah, that's right. Joe Judge. He's clueless over there. He don't know what he's doing.
But I was listening. they were talking about all the coaches that came from underneath this Belichick rule. They all try to run things like Belichick, and they can't do it like Belichick.
Yep, they can't. None of them.
Well, yeah, but Belichick is a defensive genius. So I think he has more to add. But the one who has had success is Vrabel in Tennessee.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel,
another guy who actually played defense. So
yeah, he played though. He was a player though. But
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the next one I think is gonna probably be the game of the week. Yep. Kansas City, Tennessee.
I want to see what y'all gonna say.
I'm rolling with Titans, man. I'm going with Titans.
I knew you was gonna do it. I knew you was gonna do it.
I'm going with the Titans, man.
Mighty Titans.
Kansas City cannot stop the freight train. I don't know what it's called, but they run.
Yep.
The freight train. They can't stop it,
I'm
man.
going Memphis. Memphis 10.
They can't stop that boy.
I'm going with KC on this one.
That's what I'm trying to tell them. KC they have been the worst turnover team this year. I think they're gonna get that cleaned up. As long as they get that cleaned up, I think they're gonna be better.
They didn't clean it up this week. So I don't know about it.
Here's the thing though, but they, no matter how bad they are defensively, they still a better team offensively than Tennessee. Because really right now, Tennessee only has Derrick Henry that they can truly count on.
No.
That many touchdowns.
Yeah.
AJ Brown.
Okay,
but you got Tannehill.
AJ Brown is underachieved this year. This has been the best game AJ Brown has had this whole year tonight.
Yeah, but he's been hurt, huh? He's been hurt.
No. He only missed 2 games. Those first 3 games, he was a no-show. He was MIA.
Because Tannehill.
Tennessee finna rock with them boys, man.
Nah.
I'm glad. I'm
they don't have enough offensively to keep up with them.
Nope. Y'all sleeping on Kansas City.
With Buffalo, if they can go toe-to-toe with Buffalo, they can go toe-to-toe with Kansas City. That's just my opinion. And they outscore Buffalo tonight. And Buffalo has an explosive offense, just as explosive as Kansas City. Next game, Detroit at the Rams, and we all going Rams.
That's yep. Stafford is going to throw 500 yards on that one.
Hey man, can you believe the coach called out Goff like that?
I know.
What he said?
That was bad, man.
What he said? I ain't hear.
He basically was like,
he got to bring something to the table. If all the other guys are playing, he got to do something to show that he want to win.
He shouldn't have did that like that. All he had to do is go tell him. All he had to do is go tell him, man, I need you to step up. You don't need to go put that on Front Street. You know, they 0-5,
0-6.
0-6. They 0-6. They might go winless this year unless they got the Texans on their schedule.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You go 0-6.
Texans,
you know what I'm saying? And you come on, yeah. You probably deserve that. Probably been enough behind the scene, pep talk.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him for calling them out.
I can see if he was turning the ball over left and right, you know what I'm saying? But he had some decent games. He did have a bad game, but he ain't the reason, like, oh man, it's all Goff fault, this season. And for him to you a coach that's 0-5 or 0-6, whatever you are, and you gonna put it all on Goff?
Yep,
bro. That's what
they had a chance to beat Green Bay.
Come with.
They had a chance to beat Green Bay. They was playing Green Bay. They was leading at half. They was going up and down the field on Green Bay in the second half. He had 2 fumbles and an interception. That cost them the game. That changed the whole game.
They played They played Baltimore to the wire. They had to hit a long 67-yard field goal. I'm just saying, I can see I can see him going to that dude and talking to him. There was no need to. Your team is 0-6 to put that out in Front Street, and now how do you move on from that? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but
man, you better put your big boy pants and pull them on up and get on out there and do your job.
For real,
you're the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the leader of the team, man.
All right.
You ain't playing up to par.
I don't know if we lost
Yeah, I
I
know.
think we did.
Philly at Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Mm.
Philly is terrible. I don't even know who they coach. Who's they coach? When they be like panning the sideline, I be like, is that their coach right there? Is that the defensive coordinator? I don't even know who their coach is.
They got a new coach and a new. They got everything new over there.
Pretty
I don't
much,
even know
yeah.
who these dudes are. They're terrible.
Play.
When
Well,
the fans is cheering because Sanders get the ball for the second time in the game, they done this 3 straight games, but Sanders touched the ball less than 5 times in the whole game.
Yeah, that's
that's the head coach is saying, hey, give him the ball. What are we doing? You know, it's head coach because you can say something. If you can't say nothing, then why are you the head coach?
I agree with that, but
they terrible. Oh, is that
hey,
the game plan?
Look, I agree. Like I said, I agree with that because I don't understand why you're not trying to take more pressure off. You got a good running back. Get him involved, and it helps the play action. It opens up windows. So I agree with that. But as a head coach, I think you kind of want to give your coordinators some leeway to do their thing. Now we are 6 games in, so is he talking to him, telling them, "Say, bro, I didn't let you kind of rock out."
What's up?
I need to know exactly what our identity is on offense. Like what we doing, because Jalen Hurts is not a drop back passer like that. He shouldn't be throwing the ball 40, 50 times.
Who said?
He had 26 attempts.
And
completed 12 of them.
Said all they is read option. Somebody was like, all they do is read option.
Yeah. Read option. Run with the quarterback and throw the ball deep.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe it's Jalen Hurts. They don't trust him to throw those intermediate passes, and that's what I was talking about when we played him. You don't see him throw those, 10-yard, 12-yard, in or out cut routes. You know what I'm saying? The 7-yard slants, or like you don't see that.
Yeah.
It's deep shots. It's them doing the zone read thing. They may throw out of it every once in a while, but and running with the quarterback, like that's their offense. And so you're not gonna survive. You're not gonna survive like that because your quarterback ain't even accurate enough to hit which a quarterback, even the best ones, complete around 40-some% of their deep shots, and that is elite. You know what I'm saying? For you throwing the ball that deep down the field. So when you have a quarterback who's not all that accurate, and all he's doing is just throwing deep shots for most of the game, I mean, come on, man. So
we all Las Vegas, or somebody gonna go with?
I'm going to rock with Vegas, man, because I don't trust Philadelphia's offense. Defensively, I think they solid, and I don't think that Vegas is gonna necessarily run away from them, especially early. Now, maybe in the second half, when the defense been on the field a long time, they'll put some distance between them. But other than that, I think Philadelphia's defense gonna keep them in it. They may be able to score a couple of touchdowns against Vegas, but I think Vegas gonna be too much for them.
Yeah, the defensive tackles, they can only do so much.
Right.
I like both of their defensive tackles.
Right. All right. We all going to Arizona. Houston finna get curb stomped for the 3rd week in a row. They got beat 40-0 2 weeks ago. Last week, and then this week they got beat 31-3. Arizona finna curb stomp Houston, and you got DeAndre Hopkins and JJ Watt going against their own team. Come on. All right, next game is Chicago Bears at Tampa Bay. I'm sure we all going to Tampa Bay.
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
Okay.
Tampa only beat the Eagles by 6 points. We
Eagles
just
not.
talked about how bad the Eagles are. Yeah, but no,
They
no, no, no.
coach bad. They
You
coach
got the
bad.
GOAT. You got the GOAT. Now I understand you said the defense is solid, but you know, I think personally the Bears defense is better, and they got a better offense than what Philly is displaying right now. So I don't know if I'm gonna automatically. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna roll with the Bears. Yes, I'm going with the Bears.
All
Upset
right.
game, I guess y'all can call it.
All right. Monday Night Football. We got Seattle at home versus New Orleans Saints.
Mm.
I'm gonna roll with
Got
Saints
the
because I believe they just had a bye, didn't they?
FSU,
turnover
baby.
king.
Florida State. I'm going to rock out with famous Jameis.
The
He
turnover
ain't,
quarterbacks right here.
I know, but I got to take James over Geno. I just got to.
I do too. Saints got a better defense.
I just
They're
got
coming off a bye. You know, Sean Payton got that extra time to plan. You know, yeah, I gotta go with the Saints. Monday night too. That defense love Monday night.
Mm. What? How did the Saints do the last two games? Anybody know? They look like, or did anybody remember?
I don't.
Hold on, give me a second. I'll tell you. Just we can go
No,
on
you
to.
don't got two kinfolk. You don't got
I'm
two
saying we can go
kinfolk.
on to the next one, and I can tell you for you to make a
Oh,
decision. We can move on to the next game real quick if you
ain't
want to
that it though?
come
Monday
back
night, the
to it.
last
No,
game.
we got one more game.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
You ain't forget. You ain't forget. You ain't forget.
So. Just real quick to let you know, Ken, they lost to the Giants, beat the football team before the bye week.
They lost to the Giants.
Week
I'm
4, and then
rolling.
beat Washington week
I'm
5.
rolling with Seattle, man. They played good. It was just Pittsburgh though. It wasn't. Golly. No, my bad. I'm going New Orleans. I'm going New
Yeah.
Orleans.
My
I'm
selling
sorry to
point
waste
is a
that time
bye
just for
week.
that.
Sean Payton's the coach, and they had a bye week. I think he hadn't prepared.
Who y'all
All
playing?
right, last game. Sunday Night Football.
Oh, I didn't know
The
that.
Indianapolis Colts travels to the Bay Area.
That's easy.
Play bang bang Niner game.
Is Jimmy back?
Don't y'all get Guap back? Yeah,
Jimmy did return back to practice today. One of my running backs, Jermichael Hasty, he returned back for practice. You know what I'm saying? He had been out a few weeks, I think with a high ankle sprain. So they opened up his practice window. I'm hoping, I'm praying that he's able to contribute something. You know what I'm saying? You know that he good to go. I'm just gonna say flat out, man. If we want to somehow turn our season around, salvage our season, now is the time to do it. Defensively, we have begun to get better. Um, you know, secondary's been solid. I mean, we be getting them some of them penalties, and you know what I'm saying, we'll give up some plays every once in a while, but they've been playing better. My defense definitely has been ahead of my offense. My offense has to get right. We got to get right. And so it's going to start with us getting back to what we do. Stretch runs, play action, boots. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to have Kittle in this game, but Debo has been an absolute beast this year. This is our get right game. Like, it's all or nothing. We at home. We cannot afford to lose this game to Indy. Even though Indy's coming off of a win, they played well, at least for a half. But they played well. I ain't gonna say they played well against Baltimore. They played well against Baltimore, and they just lost. And then they curb stomped the Texans. So Indy's starting to catch they stride, but this is it for us. This is it.
The bum shall return. I'll take the Niners because he only looked good against the Texans, which just about anybody can do. And I'm not taking him. He did look good. But yeah, he returned back to his old self against a really solid defense. And the Niners, like you said, the defense been carrying. Y'all have outdone your offense. If Jimmy come back, I believe that y'all can, and you got a running back coming back with Debo. Yes, I believe y'all can definitely put points upon that coach defense. It's not as good as we thought it was going to be beginning of this year. They didn't continue from what they did last year. T.Y. Hilton coming back this week. I'm not sure how soon he's been back, but I noticed he kind of went off a little bit. But again, it was against the Texans. So against a more solid defense coming off of a bye week, yeah, I don't see the Colts winning. I don't see it. I see Carson Wentz going back to making bad decisions and being an imitation of Baker Mayfield.
What you got, D?
Oh, I'm going Colts, man. Colts winning this thing. They're gonna run, even though it's harder to get the run against y'all. They gonna do just enough. They're gonna do just enough to win this game.
Well, I'm taking my Niners, man. Either we got life, we got action, or this season is a wrap for us. And I don't think Indy is a bad team or a trash team that should be a cakewalk for us, but I'm gonna find out, how much heart, how much determination my team got, how much pride they got. We at home, we on the 3-game losing streak. We do. And if they can't show up for this game in front of their fans and pull out a win by any means necessary, if they can't do it this week, they ain't gonna do it at all. And then at that point, you have to start wondering what's next for my GM and my head coach. Because you can't have this many losing seasons, and keep your job. Huh?
Got 2 years removed.
I know, but when you look at the big picture, we've had one winning season. This is the 5th game. So
I don't know if I agree with
you. If as a coach and a GM, you go to a team, you there for 5 years, and you got one winning season out of 5, you ain't keeping that job. Even if you did make the Super Bowl, you're not keeping that job. Now, I don't believe, in all honesty, that if we do have a losing season this year, that they're gonna get fired. But I do believe that,
Hot seat.
Look, I'm talking about I'm talking about 2 inches of water on a flaming hot grill. That water gonna be bubbling in no time. You know what I'm saying? So this is it, bro. Like, this is it.
I don't think Indy is a good team. I ain't gonna say they trash. They not. I don't even see them as average right now, to be honest with you. I'm looking at their record, and the only people they beat were the Dolphins and the Texans. That's it. They lost all the other games. They're 2-4. I'm looking at the schedule. They got Niners, Titans again. Okay, they got 2 games they may be able to win in the Jets and Jaguars. Then you got Buffalo, Tampa. You got the Texans again. You got Patriots, Cardinals.
Who they lose to?
They lost to good teams, but that's my point. You're not really even average, in my opinion. You lost to Seattle, Rams, Titans 3 in a row. You beat the Dolphins, then you lost to the Ravens, and then you beat the Texans. I see 2 more losses coming up, and the 49ers and Titans, and then they may have 2 wins with Jets and Jaguars, and then they go back to 2 more losses with Buffalo and Bucks. Then you may get a win against Texans again before your bye week. So it ain't looking too good for them. I don't see them winning their division based on their schedule and based on how they're playing and the fact they ain't beat nobody yet. Maybe Wentz can carry on from this game. Don't see it against the Niners defense though. If they was playing another defense a little bit less, I got to give it. 49ers has a very good defense. I just don't see them winning, even though they beat the Texans, because that's nobody. It's like one of the worst teams in the league right now. At least top 2, top 3 worst teams in the league. So, Miami ain't too far from that. But you ain't really done nothing to me for me to believe that you can even beat an injured 49ers team, given how well the defense play. Offense just need to manage it, But if Jimmy coming back, and you got a running back coming back, yeah, I definitely don't see you winning.
You almost convinced me, Ken folks. You might want to almost talk me out of it like that, man. That's crazy.
Nah, you good. You good right where you at. I don't need your janky self jumping on. Picking my squad.
You know what? I'm switching right now. Man.
No, you ain't.
I'm switching.
Hey, y'all see on video, man. He only doing that. Man, he ain't switching for real. He ain't switching for real.
I am switching.
He's just doing that for the camera. He's showing out for the camera, like he told me a couple of weeks ago. That's it. That's all. All right, man. We appreciate it, y'all.
Hold up. No, it ain't time to go. The NBA season kick off tomorrow. So I need all y'all to watch y'all NBA games. I'm just gonna give you my West and my East real quick. My West. Suns number 1. Nuggets number 2. Lakers number 3. The Mavs number 4. And Jazz number 5.
Wait. Time out. So you talking about? So this is just for the Western Conference. You looking at the top 4, 5 seeds?
Yeah, I'm giving you top 5. I'm not giving you all 8. Top 5. Okay, because I get it could kind of dicey after that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is the NBA. For the East, I got the Nets number 1, the Bucks number 2, my surprise pick, the Bulls number 3, the 76ers number 4, and the Hawks number 5. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to get on y'all basketball.
I can jump in. I'm gonna jump in with my top 5 too.
Okay, a week of missing is like at least 3-4 games of basketball. So we're gonna have to get on it. It's weekday. It's a lot of basketball that gonna be playing in. So get your basketball on.
All right, so I'm going.
What is East or West?
I'm gonna start with the Western Conference.
All right.
I'm gonna go the LA Fakers as a number 1 seed. I'm going Denver, a number 2 seed.
That's the same.
I'm going Phoenix, a number 3 seed. I'm going Golden State, number 4 seed.
That's a good pick, Ken folks. But that's a good pick.
I'm going Utah, a number 5 seed.
That's what I got. I got Utah there too. So East,
I got Brooklyn, number 1. I got Milwaukee, number 2. I got Atlanta, number 3. I got Philly, number 4. I got Miami, number 5. Maybe I'll switch that.
Switch what?
Miami and Philly. I might put my Miami number 4 and put Philly number 5.
Okay. Miami, Philly. You don't believe in the new Bulls, man?
I do. I think it's going take them a little while for everybody to figure out their roles and really get the clicking and humming. Most of the other teams have already been together for a while. So I think Chicago gonna definitely be in the mix. Them in Boston, I think those gonna be the 2 teams closest to each other. Ain't no need to go into my Houston Rockets. Everybody know we rebuilding. You know what I'm saying?
Rebuilding.
Yeah, we rebuilding and so like I said, I think last week or the week before, I just want to see improvement. See them, them young boys get better, learn to play with each other, and just improve as the season go on. We'll be back winning the Southwest. You know what I'm saying? In a couple years.
Well, on next one, we need to talk about MVP, Rookie of the Year. You know
For
what I'm
what?
saying? Coach of the Year.
Basketball?
Yeah. And it's mid-season. We might as well start doing that for football too.
But we got 2 more. We got 2 more weeks. We're gonna wait till around week 8.
All right.
And then we'll do
let's wait till week 10.
week 10.
Let's wait till week 10. We still have 7 games left. We
I
got
will
several
say this,
buys
though.
right now. I think week 10 will give us a really solid time.
Today, right now, today, Diggs is defensive player of the year. Today. You know what I'm saying? Just want to say.
I agree.
Yeah, you already know I agree.
Well, we appreciate y'all for jumping in. Our kinfolk, he getting that paper, you know what I'm saying? He working, he at the gig, so he wasn't able to make it. Plus,
I see you, kinfolk.
his Astros got curb stomped back-to-back games, so he definitely won. And then the Texans got curb stomped, so he wasn't finna show up, even if he didn't have to work. You know what I'm saying? But he at the gig. So we appreciate y'all for coming out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, drop a comment for us. You know what I'm saying? We'll reply, we'll respond. Until next week, tell your friends about me.